Listen, it's a suspicion, or a feeling really. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. Well, every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to, you've got to find out who bears la responsabilité. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can simply seize la responsabilité like a committee. There is always time to follow best practices. Mass execution, fun stuff. That's what they're capable. Only the most even-keeled minds. In your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité. In good luck. Your report is eagerly. This window, smooth as ice, smooth as... This window.
Yes? Yes?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight. Priest, just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed...
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, through Policies Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started work, so no, I don't think they sent you as a job. I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering, if you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us. Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for? Now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility? Fascinating. And here I believed your recent turn towards more... In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villedroit. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his... Now, was there anything else?
Hey, was there something you needed? Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time and your...
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap. Hello. Lena and I were just...
Consider the way the empty trap was. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
A little hooligan. But what...
Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Delinquents.
Oh, you've been such a dear to...
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play Susan.
After this,
Really, Gary? We're getting...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was Morel. It's been fun. Really.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that.
he keeps the language.
It's you again. What is it? A bullet, you say?
Indeed, mighty. How did it get there?
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one...
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
Wow! He's got it.
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid. And his...
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing this.
Shit! I probably... Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his...
No, he meant before.
Before? After?
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
It's not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere. I do not understand. They're just stupid, probably. Too stupid to understand the arguments. Maybe the lieutenant could do it for you.
Thanks for your time, Titus. Case closed. Let's go, officer.
Huh?
Really, we are ready to begin our report. I've already started, actually. In Martinez, they just kill you.
Yeah, let them know. We'll kill you dead.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write.
The man's fists
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
It wasn't that. It wasn't.
That's it. That's the weak one.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm too old for a shot like that now.
Suddenly, there's an awful ringing in your ears. You're the most terrible. To your right, you sense the air move. The lieutenant draws his firearm. You only manage to perform one more movement. An instinctive jerk to your left. More dead.
It's you again. What is it? A bullet.
Indeed.
Well,
It's bound to happen again, you know?
Sire, it would be an event.
Why don't you go home and log it into
you know what I thought?
Around the...
All the good, they're only...
Shit! I probably did. Yeah.
No, he...
before, after?
Never been.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but they're convinced Titus is being manipulated. Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. Titus will never falter. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and outside, under the...
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Keep...
Bring that up one more time.
The man's fists under the...
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain?
It wasn't that.
That's it.
Officer,
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was.
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's... The room falls quiet. So quiet.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between the... You're in. He's all yours. Questions. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet.
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural. There's another girl. 2 of them.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she did.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes.
Glacier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed, and it looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the...
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Chinky. You're still on the bench. We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. And there was a bullet hole through the window. That fucking dirty sheet.
He means they'd been fucking...
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. They can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she...
That's all he knows.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on another...
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Not yet. just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, but I'm thinking someone...
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what
These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb.
Yeah.
Right now, he's...
Me too.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
In a manner of...
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it. For political reasons.
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before...
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to. You do that. Hey, cop.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling.
Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did.
Still, after all this headache.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place...
We'll take that into account.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone. This window is pristine.
Looks like it, yes.
I was being sarcastic. It was established that smooth as following your lead. Something in her demeanor has changed. Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched.
I know. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
This is good. Clear the air for... Is it? Shush. I can't hear what she said. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired.
Why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd got. You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral...
Briefly glancing over her shoulder, a grand expanse of water reaches over the bay. The pail the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Aranye, the old world.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your record,
What happens if they do?
they will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewes County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the DYSCO conglomerate.
But she really destroyed them.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with DYSCO and their...
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes...
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just...
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
One of them killed themselves because of me. How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it? By bargaining, then. I do that too.
Around her, a drop in the atmospheric pressure. She's already in prison here.
We were there. Together. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open.
A great pain moves through her.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernail.
So am I.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to...
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could...
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus...
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines. Just...
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear...
Did you hear or see the shooter in the car?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hall.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move.
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the... Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and...
Ruby?
Ruby. You know...
The leader?
The Hardy boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer. Well, Ruby said, let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since this. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used
to mislead you. They were tampering.
To produce lividity.
Yes.
This is concurrent with your doubts at the autopsy about the coloring being.
About half an hour had passed since the moment of the...
She nods.
You were late. The marks would be faint by that time.
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. I don't know. I haven't seen...
We will need to take this question to...
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did?
When he was shot? I may have.
The gunshot wasn't that loud.
What? Why would I put... He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs... He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around, close to her hand.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through. I thought they'd found me. They've killed... so they wouldn't be hurt. I just don't know. I know...
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an idiot? She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all...
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete.
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right. Yes, you see. She nods, silently. He's thinking, are we done here?
I was just thinking.
But we are. If you have doubts, just give us one example of deceit. Just one, and we will gladly change our minds. Who is this? Stop staring at her. It looks like this one's not waking up. This window is pristine on the inside. Golden light melts away into the... Like the witness said, the man is kneeling. The woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth from the roof outside. Location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the ray. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most 72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. None that you've found thus far, but that's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include according to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for lands. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likely.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out. It would be the diligent thing to do.
Yes? What is it? That was pretty good.
That was absolute shit. If you want, horrible. Truly horrible.
Jean, he's not right. Don't make it worse, and
She actually did.
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
You're an asshole.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
Again? I can't believe this shit.
There's something that binds you exactamundo.
Well, the deep...
Stop it, Jean.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit.
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Ruby's one of us.
And fuck you!
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation...
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to...
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how...
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex.
Because she was here. All night.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away.
She was here all night? 12:25 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No. All right, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too.
Could this complex operation be...
Just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the murderer.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
How? People say there was a
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Thank you.
The lieutenant is glad he got the floor plan right there.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss.
Right? It's a dumbwaiter, not an...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof, but a route does...
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And
God damn it, we need to close that dump down for...
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
All right, Carl. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I'm back.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby went through...
Phase 3, motive. The last component.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it?
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back...
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there.
Time for a logics demonstration.
You're on thin ice here.
It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Alone. I don't drag my men.
If she used us, then that's a serious violation of the hard...
But she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is...
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this...
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. He looked the old man in the... A very small nod.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she... I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real... She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I'm probably...
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in. I told you. You. Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, she said you have a funny taste in clothes. And that you, until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock. That you're a human can opener. That you play suspects against each other.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now...
Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to.
Scared. You should be.
She's not far. We know that much.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like...
Yeah, Al. And we...
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked for her?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. Sure, there are some shithouses there, a cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash.
We will start there. One more question. What does
Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head?
And he still isn't. Wow, so someone's been a little boring. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one.
You? I wouldn't...
See? You're so regular and vinyl brown, he doesn't even want to talk to you about it. Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper tie, done and...
Hi again, gendarme. Oh, and if I may ask, gendarme.
He's all bemused skepticism.
Sounds like a bore. In any case, I would love to help. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. Not a clue. I guess you will. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been the most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the...
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask.
Hard to say. Their client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third. Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try...
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then. 57th.
In the cabin.
If I were a real skull,
a snazzy
yeah, try...
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage,
it's just theoretical work, Copper.
I can tell you who win.
Which is not to say that
the part of this presentation...
Okay then,
You don't know?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
The skulls are the most vicious...
Besma time, or the Besmati.
The nastiest bunch.
Possessing an infant...
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without...
The lieutenant's voice is as...
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock.
I can't wait to become a skull.
Murder?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right...
Yeah, a true...
by the...
For all that, the lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient.
Oh man, yeah!
Beware.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
That's right.
This is ridiculous. Boys, do you know why?
Yeah. The skull symbolizes the...
They're called skulls because when you are shot dead in the middle of the street, the skull is the only part the street...
Just trust me and follow my lead. No reply. The blonde rebel, the other one, shuffles uncomfortably.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. Make way for the master poet.
Ease into it. Don't.
You really are.
Just like that. He's...
Make way for the master poet.
In his eyes, it's hard to say. His gaze... The road continues from above the Jamrock Quarter in the form of a rake to the old south, to the farthest outskirts you cannot see. It's...
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way. The aura of the 7 seas. It's on the other end of... What's it like? Good. And bad. What about you, cop man?
Is that what it is? No, it's scarier than that.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. But, thanks for this. It's like anything else. Us lorry drivers, not my thing.
What? He tries his best.
Looking for something?
Drugs? You know where that shit comes from. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight. So they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. Not in.
So you're telling...
I don't know shit. And if I did, what do you think?
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby. The man pulls on his cigarette.
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang. That beady-eyed South Samaran. Sure, I'm sure. His tribe are natural liars.
No, it's Ruby running this ring, like Titus.
Guess so.
Right to work!
Hola, wandering man. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can fit. So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet.
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some...
What else?
Not much. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have...
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I agree, officer. Let's focus on the hang.
Nice. From what I... No problem.
He is sincerely...
No, Kuno doesn't give a
So he knows...
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, Sid.
Now they're gonna take you to...
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound...
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer...
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
So? Yeah, so?
Kuno sent your fat ass running around...
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you...
Yeah, real interested.
Kuno doesn't...
Before I you don't want...
You can...
Fuck, does Kuno care? Yeah? The kingdom of... Yeah, whatever. The fuck about it? You're Get
lost!
The fuck do you want with it? Good call, pig. Kuno doesn't...
around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fit like skyscrapers, spires of...
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary... Yes, I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough. I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things.
Does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the...
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Stop! You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical. The girl forces herself to watch again. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is.
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally late.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if...
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
I don't believe you.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now. You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
He recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's...
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying...
I'll die before...
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good... So it was...
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time.
He has a 38-degree feet.
Darling, I told you to take it easy.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
Of course, sweetie. You've helped us so much already. Everyone would understand.
You can?
He wants to see this tale through as much as he...
Really? It's too much of it.
What Morel means is...
He's a fresh scratch of local.
Wow. The man pondered.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Drugs? Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, that's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool...
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right?
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder. Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most... No! That's insane! It's the fat hater. Nothing. I told you.
And what
crowd? You know.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract. He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off.
There you go. A witness with
All of them.
Who exactly is talking?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's still Ruby.
I don't know. All right. I scored. Tapes. You mean like music tapes? Tape. No one would ever throw a good pair of high...
To the west. You should have a look. It's better than nothing. Start with a little compliment.
Oh, okay.
After all this
An investment? What kind of investment? I guess it can't be any riskier than speculation. But officer, I don't have that kind of money. 10 real is a bargain for the...
The hawthorn, just like promised. You've stood here for what seems like, with slow and deliberate it curls up until maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
What's the tape for? How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think you could also get...
Good idea. He might have the tools. Patting the trick. You trick the gnarled horse.
Lowman, you caught me at an Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
If you want to know more about Ruby, this is the woman's malevolent.
I'm a lady like you are, Gabriel. I'm terrifying to small children and to those who used to know me because they cannot awesome.
A lorry stuck, the windows, fumes of heavy fuel oil waft.
Right, 2, 1.
The purity of snow always reminds me. I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. It used to be... You know what? No. They both...
But it wasn't the revolution.
Enough! I can go over these matters.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I...
Just an ordinary wall, nothing to see. Just an ordinary wall, nothing to see here. Just an ordinary wall, because you see it, finally. This wall is sublime. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a... Oh, wall father. Huh? He sounds tired of it. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint. It's red. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is on.
If you must.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? What for? But boring. You're not using my lovely... What do you think I'm trying... I ain't Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about? Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No. Yeah. Not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything, really. I don't believe...
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mock.
There'll never be skulls. Fat chance.
She throws you a conspiratorial glance. Then,
have you noticed the quiet? This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens. That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo. You're a real sad sack. You know that? Sure, anytime.
The right idea is not coming to her. You know what you've got. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message. For it.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation?
Vigilance officer? I prefer the old name. Insulindian Lily. Girls' buds, it used to be. But you know what? No. They both...
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sold the ID for you, was it? She gave them...
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at... Nay, I haven't seen it. This is my little cinder block town. I know what...
She's being...
There was a murder in Martinez.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Aye, that you are. There's not much to tell. People come and go.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if...
You should look around your shack. Maybe...
Me? Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double. Well, must say,
The scruffy-haired little boy.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-old...
The noxious odor.
Don't you call her? Yeah!
Right. You might have found...
Abigail. Abigail.
You're not going to get anything. Never thought you'd see such a thing.
Abigail? Don't call Abigail!
The man hiccups, then mumbles something.
There's no use in here.
The drunk man. He snorts and...
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail. Don't call.
There was little change.
The precarious world. How not to lose? It is impossible not to. The world is balanced on the edge of a knife. It's a game of frayed nerves. You're pushed on by numbers. Does he actually know you?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better... Sure, friend. You...
Don't...
Hi. By amphetamine, I mean speed. Sure did, buddy boy. Good, my man. Now what can... Oh. You see, friend, man mate bought cigarettes, bought beer.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Hook 'em and cook 'em, huh? See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult.
What?
Keep him talking.
This guy. Oh, this is medicinal spirits. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo they. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus, those arseholes, the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school, like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is, yeah, you thought right. Don't even try to sneak anything past old Rosemary here. I got all senses locked on you, buddy boy. So what will it be? Aye, the mind. Plays tricks sometimes. Always double check. So, you want it? Yeah. Be careful.
Feels like someone set a mustard field ablaze right inside. In all fairness, that...
So, what's the deal, friend? 3 real and it's yours.
That's a much more reasonable...
Just make sure...
Son, you will...
In the civilized world...
Good to see you. So what's happening? Yeah.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
That's harsh. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good...
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He really has no idea who this Ruby is.
We are safe.
Please stop.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. So now it's you. You're Tequila Sunset. We've met before. Don't you?
No, you sure don't.
Maybe. You look like you want to...
Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
You think you feel bad now?
No. You need the wisdom.
Suit yourself, Mr. Sunset. You too.
Where to begin?
Why does she care about the waves so?
What is it with waves and fishermen? But until that happens, I can... Oh, okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. Sorry I couldn't help you. Really? Are you sure you're... A lot of stuff. I guess that makes you into some sort of terrier. I'll just keep the corda leche in the... Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. How do I like it?
Water drips down Eve, the smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are... I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Don't...
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Maybe.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West, wherever they...
Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Celindian, Isola. I'm guessing you don't know then. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy... I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Of course. I hear you have single... That's the better not...
She wants to...
Until you come up with something at that intersection. I'm afraid I have little else to tell you. But I'll try. Ask. The two might...
Or not. Though if...
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job...
She simply nods.
It's a... Yeah! Remix time!
A hand on his ear. He listens.
Wow! Did you get it?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
Listen, I'm just going to show... We had the beat for the full assault!
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody? Like a folk song?
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives...
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingency.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. Something mysterious is going on here.
Be how it may! If it fits, it fits!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I'll remember.
I think you might know the answer.
But
what about that compressor?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't fit.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to. The young man bobs his head.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push.
We don't get in there. Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every...
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it...
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. Locust. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? In the distance, you can hear them.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out biddable prime, was it? It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to...
Still, you felt it was important. There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, through a glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a smoking.
Again? No, I'm afraid I
So you haven't seen...
No, I'm sorry.
There's something friendly and familiar. He's telling the truth. As you approach, he appears.
Ah, super. It's the officer. What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast? My friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's the Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as...
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not actually in Martinez.
What? Would he speaking figuratively? He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
Précisément. That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede. Well, under ordinary circumstances.
In other words...
But if you have information of a vital interest, officer, you mean to say that you haven't noticed that...
You follow the man's gaze out toward the west. There, hanging some distance, it looks to your eye like some kind of, not just any fish. Don't let the paint job fool you. It's a goddamn killing machine, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Isn't it? A triumph of both technique. You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform and listening, it has I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all. This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer has orders to fire on, but in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on coalition frequencies. And that kind of technology naturally... I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies. That, my friend, is your responsibility. I can...
Sounds like something that programmer we met in the church might be able to...
Let me just say that I have complete... Well, that... And then, well, yes. There's nothing like a stroll. Really? Here? How can you be sure? Ah? Is that what those pockmarks are?
You feel like there's something you could say here. If...
Ah bon? I'm always my place.
Magnesium-based life form. We tell them, hell no. You're about to become a magnesium-based life form. The age... There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look.
The suspect? God, I hope not.
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable and dangerous. A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shade, a cold sea behind them.
Our tenant, not much. Some things just don't fly.
So, they don't know?
No, we've tried.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that new... And now? So
Those would be the dance...
before you get to the church, of note, the old fish... No one. That's why it's closed. Now, what catch we do bring in... What? You're one of those real estate people. Used to be a supply depot. We think. Sending goods and now you know everything there is to know.
Hello, mister. Luby. My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or like...
Kids.
Bye!
Is that the phasmid? Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again? It's not the phasmid, right? You'll have better luck next... The trap stands empty amongst the reeds, powdered.
Fantastic.
The locusts, they're not really going.
Good. Now that's done. When do you think? Don't answer that.
A brisk coastal, the room feels.
What is this place to you?
Westward, in a small far away on the corner of Perdition and Main, a nondescript building, obscured and outside. As you look, the edge of a floorboard, hollow space underneath the floorboards is nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like something bad. You stick your hand in and stuck a small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A 9mm bullet, to be exact, fit for all muzzle loaders of that. The floorboard doesn't care. It's extra ammunition. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you.